Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is TituElite and we are back to the beautiful world of Kingdom Come Deliverance. And we've got a mirror here, never noticed that. No, this is a window, not a mirror, of course it is a window. And welcome back to the beautiful world of Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we are now following the main plot once again after finding Ginger. Now we have to tell Captain Bernard just that we found Ginger, and we have to talk to the farm people there, the farm studs, that if Ginger can return or not. Hopefully they allow him to return, but first let's take a bet if the bets are open, because it's still very soon. Fortunately, oh, still not open. So let's wait up a bit here for 1 hour. And cancel. It should be open now. Not really, not yet. Really? Still not open. That's curious. I'm going to start my day with a bat, as always. Why this is not open yet? Doesn't make any sense. No, I'm blocked. I'm still blocked. Now I can move. Thank you, game. Let's sit down a little bit. And wait for a little bit again. 1 hour. Okay, I hear the bells. So this should be open now. Right? Nope. Still not opened. Really? That's curious. Why this is not open yet? Hey! I want to use your service. Where the hell are you? Well, no bet for us today, I see. So let's grab our faithful steed, Pebbles, and let's ride to Nieuwenhof. So no bet for us today. Well, I guess in the Middle Ages that's not too surprising. Yep, let's go. Right through Rattay. Let's go. Come on. You can do this. Good. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nourishment 77, so we should fill our belly once we get into Nieuwenhof. I think we've got a pot there. A pot to piss on. Not to piss on, of course. A pot to eat from. Okay, here we are. Where is the horses? Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We'll enter with our horse. Okay. Let's dismount. No pot, really? But there's a pot here, probably. Inside. Right?
Look out.
Let's open this. Hello, lady. Now let me eat from the pot. Good. You are a villager. Swrod is there. Can we talk to anybody here? Where is the owner of this, man? To whom should I speak to in order to ask if Ginger can return, man? Horsey, where are you? I need you, Pebbles. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Where's the owner of this?
Yeah.
Okay, I see one guy there. But probably we cannot speak with you as well. Yep. God damn it, man. Not starting that well this episode. Can we talk to you? Mark, no.
Yeah.
No. Is anybody here now? To talk to? Yes, finally. I see the lady there. Hello, lady. Zora.
Good morning.
Can Ginger return? Will you take Ginger back in?
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return, man.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses. He wouldn't dare come back.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed him and everyone else.
Why would they do that?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people. Why not a few more?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the process?
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no reason to return here.
And what about for revenge? I can't take him back.
Let's come to an
I
agreement.
understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sahanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days to keep watch.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard won't object.
Good then. Let the lad come back again.
Nice.
May the Lord watch over you.
Nice. So, should we warn first Ginger? Yeah, we have to. We have to tell Ginger first, so... Where are you, boy? Here, right? So let's put a marker there. Let's grab our faithful steed, Pebbles, and let's go warn off Ginger.
Yeah.
Cutting some way, of course. Doing some shortcuts on this beautiful world. And in the meantime, we should get some horsemanship. As I'm talking about that, let's see if we got any new skills going on. We do. Warfare. Okay, what's this? You have a greater chance of drawing your opponent's blood. That's nice. Thank you. I like that. Skills. Horsemanship. We've got heavy duty horse. Your horse can carry more but is slower. Okay, I like that. Okay, let's give Pebbles
Yeah.
some more carrying capacity. Yeah, he is a bit slower indeed. That's noticeable. For sure. Shouldn't be long now. And if Ginger leaves the hut immediately, we can lockpick that chest that is there with him. Calm down, Pebbles.
Yeah.
Let's sprint again with Pebbles. Don't fall down, Pebbles. Okay, he's on the other side of the river. I wonder. Come on, Pebbles. You can do this. Maybe you can't. After all. We've discovered a grave. Where? Where is that grave? I don't see any grave. Jump now, Pebbles. Good.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pebbles. Should be close. And then we can fast travel again to the farm. Okay, here we are in the hut. Close to it. Yes, here we are. Good. Let's see if Ginger leaves immediately. Hello, Ginger. You can go, boy,
You can
my
return
boy.
home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
Okay. Are you going? You are. Good boy. Good boy. And this has nothing. Absolutely nothing. That is worth our time. So let's mount. Let's return to Neuhof. By the long route, I see. But okay, it's less dangerous, I think. This way. And half of day he's gone because of this silliness. Okay, but we are here. And that's all that matters. So now we can talk to Captain Bernard. Should I try to buy a new horse? A brand new horse, the best horse of the game. Where is the horse farm? I'm always lost, man. There. Of course it's there.
Yeah.
Let's try to buy the best horse of the game then. No, before that we have to find a Rowan, so if we are going to lose our horse, I'm not going to take a chance in buying a new horse when we could lose our horse. Okay,
Jesus Christ be praised.
and you? I know who attacked
I talked to
Hoff.
Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Thank you.
God be with you.
And with you. Yes, I will. Hello, Sir Radzik.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I have another lead to the bandits.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
The whole story.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognized one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Ujits. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me.
Okay.
I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Why to Merhaev? And we got a skill
Why
in
choose
strength.
Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
You have news about the
I
investigation?
have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to
The
Ujits.
trail leads to Ujits. I
Ujits.
found out one of the bandits is from there. A fellow they call Limpy Lubosh.
I see. What else?
Nothing more.
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
Okay.
Take care now.
And you? Sir? You are going to Merhaev. Okay. So let's mount our steed. And let's go to Ujits. Yep, let's go. And since we are at it, let's learn how to read. Now we have the time to do so, I think. Okay. I'll try to find out where the limping bandit lives. Okay, we've got an inn here. Hello, innkeeper.
God be with you.
And with you. The fellow with the limp.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai.
Nice. What's happening around
Is there anything
here?
suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed there is. Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either. And there's more. Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. When the head groom told the lads here, they fell off their seats laughing.
Okay.
Is there
Anything
anything
more?
suspicious going on in these parts?
Nothing out of the ordinary, praise God.
Okay.
God be with you.
Okay, where's the scribe? Here. Right here.
Mushrooms! Apples!
So let's learn to read and let's then visit Lubosh. Hello, scribe.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Jesus Christ be praised. The fellow with
I'm
the
looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Must be that farmhand Lubosh. I don't know what the hell you'd want him for, and I don't much care. He's got a cottage on the edge of the village near the stream.
Nice. I like to
I've
learn
come
to
to
read.
ask if you'd be willing to teach me to read.
Why, it would be my pleasure.
Nice.
Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
Of course. We can get
All
started.
right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
Okay.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start.
Nice.
No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit.
Okay. Read a
There's
book.
a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
Okay. Let's read it. On one day, a countryman going to hit on his goose found an egg, and when he took heavy as lead, throwing away because he thought a trick has been played upon him, but he took it the thoughts and soon found of his egg of pure gold every morning. Yeah, didn't understand much. Goose and egg, something about that. I've read the book.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
There was something about some fellow and a goose.
There was something about some fellow and a goose.
Ah, well, the main thing is you've managed to read the book. The rest is just practice. Only through a careful reading will you uncover the real meaning of the text. No book is written on a mere whim and without purpose. Like I told you, books are valuable, And the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious
we have to
men.
learn Latin.
If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
Let's see if that's the case. Oof. Es libre tan malso und non alqua a preprosit libre multi amigrastis nut optimus orator es qui palsci verbis pluni dici. Yeah, of course. Master it. Master. I read the page.
So tell me, TituElite, what's written there?
Nullus es liber tan malus ud non aliqua parte prosit.
Nullus est liber tam malus ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Good. We've got a new perk on strength, a new perk on reading. So let's take care of that immediately. Reading. What we've got here. All books are cheaper in shops? No. When reading you will get tired and hungry twice as slowly as normal. That's good. That's what I'm going to choose. And stats, we've got the strength one. Can we get the mule too? No, unfortunately not. So what we got here? Carrying dead or unconscious bodies won't cost you any stamina. Okay. Gives you 40% higher chance of overpowering your opponent in a glitch. That's good. Bore, you can deplete an opponent's health and stamina by bumping into him at a sprint. Your stamina regeneration will not slow down in combat, even on the weapon backswing. Okay, this is brilliant. I think I will take this, because this is great. Okay, good. Now, can we rob some books out of you, man? Nourishment. We can eat, why not? We are a pig, I see. Is this a skill book? Not really, but we can take it all. Nevertheless. Oh, this is very hard. But now we can finally read some books. Okay, let's put the books on our horse. Go to horse, go to horse, go to horse. Nice. Now, let's get into Limp, the Luposh house. Should use my horse, shouldn't I? Well, at least we are getting some vitality by doing this. Poppies. Let's grab some poppies. No, that's marigold. Poppies? No, that's marigold as well. Here we are. Oh, okay. There's a lot of folks here, so something must have happened. What is it? What has happened, man?
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Okay. So the investigation continues. Oh, Jesus. Get it.
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Yeah. The investigation continues. Who was Limpy Lubosh?
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Why did he limp?
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Do you know about anything suspicious?
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any cronies?
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Where was he on the night Neuhof was raided?
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When was the body found?
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Another thing about Lubosh.
No. Okay, thank you. Bailiff. Marush.
Jesus Christ. Your clothes. Were you assaulted? Damn bandits. May they burn in hell.
Can you tell me anything about Lubosh?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Talk to the priest, yeah? What was Lubosh doing the day of the Neuhof raid?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Who did he met with?
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
Okay,
That's all. Thank you.
that's all indeed.
Take care.
Let's take a look inside first. Nobody needs to see this. Except for me, of course. Jesus.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him?
Yeah,
That would
probably.
explain why he didn't scream.
Probably.
Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
Okay. What are you doing here? How the hell did you enter, man?
A bed. A bed.
What's this? Robber's sword.
A sword. What the hell does an Ujit's crofter need a weapon for? And where did he get it? Nothing here.
Let's lockpick. Nothing worth it. Why the hell these people are
I'm
here,
getting
man?
desperate now.
Why's that, for the love of God?
You know what my old man is like. Nothing ever good enough for him. Always turning his nose up at everything I cook.
You'd think he had blue blood. What is it this time?
He brought me a hare. Good evening.
Can you tell me
I've come in the
anything
name of Sir
about
Hanish of Lipa.
Lubosh?
I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask away.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
He was a drunkard and a beast. And lazy too. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
What was Lubosh doing the day of the Neuhof raid?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Who did he meet with?
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
He was always a loner, except lately he started talking to the parish priest of all people.
That's all. Thank you.
Is the priest on it?
Goodbye.
I wonder.
Good health to you.
Another thing about Lubosh.
I found a sword at his home.
I found a sword hidden at his place.
A sword? Hell, it looks like you were right. What would the likes of him want a sword for except some devilry? Take care now.
And you too. So, we have to talk to the parish, right? We still need to know more about Lubosh, really. What is to know more about him?
God be with you, good sir.
And you? I'm looking for the local groom.
I'm looking for the local groom. Where can I find him?
Where do you think? In the stables, of course. Good luck to you.
Okay, good. Can you tell me anything about Lubosh?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Anish gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care? Ask.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
Nice news.
What was he like?
For speech.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
What was Lubosh doing on the day of the Neuhof raid?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait, are you saying he... Jesus.
Who was Lubosh seeing?
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
Okay, thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
And to you. I saw someone going by. So, let's talk to you. Maple?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Yeah? But you have nothing new to say to me. Okay, so what the hell do we need to know more about Lubosh, really? Nothing. Nothing. And finally, those ladies are gone.
Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. What's this? Looks like someone's hit him. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? Nothing here.
What the hell, man? There's really nothing more in here, man. there's nothing more in here. So I don't know what the game wants me to find out more, because there's nothing more in here. You, villager, do you
God
have
be with
something new to say?
I'm looking for the local groom. Where can I find him?
Has something hit you on the head, boy? Where do you think you'll find a groom, for Christ's sakes? Ask at the stables.
Take care now.
Of course, ask at the stables. So talk to the priest. And I will. But first I have to call my horsey. Pebbles.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pebbles. Let's go to church. And talk to the priest. To the parish. Here's the church. Yes, I've discovered church. I know. Is the priest here? He is. Father Godwin. Do you have any work for me?
Do you have any work
started?
that needs doing?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
The herb
Gertrude.
woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Uzhet's women to witchery.
A little bird told you.
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping.
What's the problem?
And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
Oh, we'll gladly
Consider it
help.
done.
Good. And never fear. I'm a man who always pays his debts. You'll find Gertrude, the old herb woman, in the woods. Farewell.
Okay. But now, I want
Jesus
to know
Christ be praised.
about Lubosh.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What was Lubosh doing on the day of the Neuhof raid?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
There has to be some exception.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
You can't hurt him now.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Lubosh was my only lead.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
Okay,
right.
Sounds fine.
Thank you, Father.
Good luck to you.
Sounds fine. So, we are in... Let's wash ourselves. And speaking of tavern, I think we are going to keep ourselves here. Okay, if we go this way, then maybe there are some stables here. No, that's a grocer. The stables must be the other way then. And as I was saying, since we are going to stay here, maybe we should rent a room. And spend the night in Hushov.
Yeah.
Today. Maybe that's the best thing to do. But first let's find the stables. Are we in the right direction, even? Yes, we are. Should be right here. This is an archery range, and not the stables. Where the hell should be the stables then? Maybe here? Maybe. Let's put a marker on that quest giver.
Yeah.
Okay, the quest giver should be right here somewhere. Maybe in this house. Are you here? Okay, nothing special. And we are taking our sweet time to search this. Oh, I think I should light up a torch, because I don't see anything in front of me. Are you the quest giver?
That sounded like...
Clear off before I have you thrown out.
Are you the quest giver?
Are you...
Yes.
Good day to you.
Good day. Can you tell me anything
I've come in the
about
name of
Lubosh?
Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
Who was this Lubosh who was
That man
murdered?
Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much. I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
What was Lubosh doing?
Do you know
on
what
the day
Lubosh
of
was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Who was Lubosh seeing?
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
And what about the Rowan? I'm looking for the
local groom.
Well, you found him. What can I do for you?
The Lady Stephanie of Talmberg sent me. She said you have a roan ready for her.
Well, Chamberlain Dietrich said someone would come. We have him here, but if he's ready, I can't say. That miserable horse will let you saddle him and walk him around the courtyard, but as soon as someone sits on him, he goes completely wild.
What do I do?
That horse is supposed to be presented at a noble woman's wedding. It probably won't be appropriate if he makes a spectacle of his rider. Is there anything I can do?
Try asking Vashek. For some reason, that devil horse listens to him. Then take the horse with you. Dietrich's arranged everything. Farewell.
Okay. Any work available?
Any work going here?
Enough for a dozen men. You could take the place of that useless stable hand Vashek for a start.
What happened? Did he do something wrong?
Just found out that he lost our pie.
Lost it where? In his stomach?
No, Pie was our fastest stallion. A lovely dappled one.
Oh. Well, that's bad news. How did Vashek manage to lose him?
He fell, banged his head, and the horse bolted. Can you fathom it? A stable hand falling off a horse. And then Pie took off at a gallop.
Of course. I'll try to find
Well,
out
I can't take
Pie.
Vashek's job, but I can try to find your pie.
That would be nice of you. If there's anything you need to know, ask that fool. I was too livid to even speak to him.
Right.
Farewell.
You too. So. Horsey. We have to get into the tavern now. Well, to be honest, let's take our steed, our trustful steed, and let's ride fast travel there. Good. So, dismount. An hour of episode is now here. Dismount, but I think we should finish up this mission.
I've only got 2 hands.
I want a room for starters. Before you
Good
close.
health to you.
Good health to you too. And a place to sleep.
Have you got a bed for the night?
All right.
How
For
much
how
is
long?
it? One night only.
Just the one night?
All right. Money up front, though.
Okay, pay.
Here you go.
You all like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud, it is.
Okay, can you tell me anything about
I've come in the
Lubosh?
name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession.
Yeah, we know that.
I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
Okay, thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, let's end the
Take care
dialogue.
now.
Where is Father Godwin? Here. Hello, Father.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat.
I will.
Coming.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
There.
With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
I'm from Skalitz.
To the women.
Oh,
God bless them.
I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They are dead.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them.
Yes,
it
of
must
course.
have been terrible.
It was.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
Yeah.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful.
Indeed.
Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Then I've reached a dead end.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
You want to preach against debauchery?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of Hus?
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
The teaching of Master Hus.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What are folks saying about it?
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
enough about preaching.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. It's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Of course. I'd say it's a good plan.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
So that Hus character, or Hus, is a predecessor of... How is... Martin Luther? Yeah, Martin Luther. For the Protestant revolt. Okay, boozing and women.
Na kraj padł desej smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech ich może zimaj sad, do wczera żylne stare brat, už sej moji svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejmě jich muži, nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno, a požerem si huby jako poslední jen, budem se mámy.
That's a priest I like. Oh, Henry. Arm wrestling.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight?
Okay.
Henry, back me up.
You betcha. I like Godwin, man. I like Father Godwin. And I think I have a name for this episode. Despite being only at the end of this episode, Godwin takes center stage, man.
Booger!
Okay. Let's take some groschen.
Hey! People! Thief! I see a thief! Guard!
What?
Help! Arrest that thief!
What?
Jesus! I see a thief!
What? What? Okay, so I have to load the game because I cannot loot the bodies, I see. I see I cannot loot the bodies. So let's load this and return to Father Godwin. But now we can skip the cutscene and get right into the fight. And not looting the bodies, I see. Okay, so this is done. Where is my faithful steed? And this time around, I'm going to choose a few knights. And I think when you choose a few knights on the tavern, you keep that bed forevermore. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And we have the money to do so. Oh, this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here we are. In the tavern. Let's dismount. Where is the innkeeper? Here he is. Okay.
Good day to you.
Good day. So, a place to sleep.
Is there somewhere
I suppose. For how long?
Few nights.
How about if I pay?
No problem.
200. Okay. Let's haggle.
That's
One
quite...
ale over here, please.
But it's worth it, to be honest.
Agree?
You all like it here.
Nice. Now
I'll
let's
come in the
talk
name.
about
I don't know
the
nothing
Bosch
about...
again.
That man. Have you?
But I'm going to skip all lines.
Do you know? Do you know? That's all. Thank you.
And where is my bed?
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft.
Okay.
Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your
One ale
belongings.
over here,
Okay,
please.
thank you.
Good luck to you.
Good luck. Thank you. So let's get... Now, talking to Father Godwin. The boss.
blessings of our
the
Lord.
boss. The boss of all bosses.
I'm sorry, but
I'm from Skalitz. They're dead. It was God.
On.
He did.
now
The room. The not. Sure.
well,
Well.
if
I under. What? What?
it happened,
On.
well, I'm the
Come on.
what?
I.
Let
Fun.
what?
Don't you think? What? 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 Thank.
What?
Good. Let's go. Skip all and let's fight. Where is those folks?
On then, horse.
Come on then, bailiff. You want to fight? Then come and get it.
One down.
Don't worry. I won't get any trouble. We'll just have a bit of a punch-out.
The other one down. Good. And the bailiff.
How are you, Henry?
Pull me an ale.
Nice. Godwin is helped.
So, my dear, like
Uh,
to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
why? The objective is failed.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Yeah?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
That's going to be a party. Isn't it?
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Brutal.
Ah, bloody oath.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
And what's that climax?
God.
What a game. What a game. Well, the game did not save yet. And we are drunk as the Lord's, man. Yeah, May, Godwin, May. Yeah. Can we level up? We've got speech skill. Highborn, lowborn, empathic. What is this empathic? Oh, that's nice. This is even nicer. Oh, this is so good. Everything is very good here. But I want to choose the empathic for now. Okay. And I want to save the game, man. Okay. Another cutscene.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
It was, Godwin, it was. Exactly. Exactly. Will we now save the game? Will the game be saved now? That is the question left to be unanswered. After the loading we'll know. Another cutscene, okay.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it?
Oh.
Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
Oh god.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night.
Overdone a bit?
If the bailiff or
Just a little
someone
bit.
else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. so I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Done. Done. That's done, Godwin. And we got a new perk on drinking. That's done. You won me over. The confessional seal isn't sacred anymore.
So all at once, the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Alright, but I can't guarantee the results.
Well, alright. Well, I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that.
Okay.
No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Let's. And the game is not saved, but I will stop here because save and quit, I will save the game. So, this is it for today's episode. Oh, what a crazy episode, man. What a crazy dude this Father Godwin is, and I love him. I love him so much. But, yeah, tomorrow, Henry will be the parish of this town of Urswick, and let's see how well we can give sermon to the folks here. I'm still laughing from Godwin. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and leave me some comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. My name is TituElite. I hope to see you tomorrow for the continuation of this beautiful story, and hopefully with some more laughs with Father Godwin. Oh, I'm laughing out loud still, man. Godwin is a beast. Godwin is my favorite character so far. So, I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye, and take care.